All right, here we go. This is the module 11, lesson 4 review. This is part 2 of your review. Okay, a regular hexagonal prism has a surface area of 444 square centimeters, and the base of the prism is 42. So we want to know what the height is. Okay, so we know the surface area is 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter of the base multiplied times the height. So this whole thing is 444. And then I know it's 2 times the area of the base, so 2 times 42, that would be 84, right? So 444 equals 84. So I want 442 times 2. And then perimeter, well, each side here is 4, so you got 4 times 6. That would be 24. So P is 24, and I don't know what H is. So now it's an algebraic equation. I'm going to subtract 84 from both sides. And then, of course, I know I'll divide whatever I get by 24. So 444 minus 84, that gives me 360. 360 equals 24H, and I'm going to divide by 24, and that gives me my height of 15. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the box here, 15. Check it. All right. Now they want me to find the volume of the prism. Okay, so I've got pretty much all the area, everything I need to know right here. Okay, volume equals area of the base multiplied times the height. So this really is just 42 times 15, and we get 630. 630. Check it. We're good. Let's move on to question number 2. All right. Okay, so now we've got that composite figure with surface area and volume, multi-step problems. All right, Michael draws a scale model of a shed for his engineering class. It's a triangular prism on top of a rectangular prism, and the volume of the shed is 966, and the congruent sides of the triangle, so that's these portions right up here. So those little tick marks mean um, are 7.8 inches. And so I want to know what the depth of the shed is. I want to know how deep it is. Okay, I know the volume of the shed is 966. Okay, so now I've got to take the steps here to find the portion, find the parts of it. So here we go. So looking at this picture, I should be able to find the area of the base by combining this and combining this right here. Okay, and I know that the height of that triangle is 5 because that's what this means right here. Okay. So here we go. All right, so I know that this is 9 by 12. So 9 times 12. I'll just make that. That's going to give me this portion right here. And I know this is 1/2 base times height. So I know that the base of this is 12 and the height is 5. So I need to go 12 times 5 and divide that by 2. So this, adding these two things together, is going to give me the area of my base. Okay, so 9 times 12 is 108. So I'm going to write that down. 108. And let's see, 12 times 5. And then I'm going to divide that by 2. And that gives me 30. So basically, I've got 30. So I add this together and I get 138. And that's capital B. Okay, that's the area of my base. And it says here that, okay, the volume of the shed is 966. So I know that V equals capital B, area of the base multiplied by the height. So I can just substitute. So let's see, 966 for V equals 138 H, and numbers usually come out really nice. I'm just going to divide both sides by 138, so 966 divided by 138, and oh wow, look at that. It came out to a perfect number, 7. So H equals 7. Because remember, the height is really how far apart the bases are. Okay. So we're going to put in 7 here and we're checking it. It's going to be like, yeah, you got it right. Okay, good. So now, what's the surface area of the prism? Okay, so I'm going to scroll back up because that's where all my numbers are. Remember, surface area is 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter of the base multiplied by the height. And we have all these numbers for the most part. We just have to add up to find P. Okay, so let's see, area of my base was 138. So I know I'm going to go 2 times 100 and, I'm sorry, yes, 2 times 138. I'm going to do that. Okay, plus, now I know my height is 7, so I'm multiplying something times 7. So I'm going to put that in parentheses. What is the thing I'm multiplying by 7? Well, I've got a side of 12, a side of 9, another side of 9, and then it said that these were 7.8. So I need to add up all those. So I've got a side of 9 plus a side of 12 plus a side of 9 plus 2 sides that are 7.8. I already did all those sides. There's the 5 sides of this shed right here. Okay, so that's 45.6. Let's see, I hope I can fit it in there and give myself enough space. Okay, so 45.6 multiplied times 7. That's 319.2. And I'm going to add that to whatever this is. 2 times 138. 276. Okay, so plus 319.2, and I get my answer, 595.2 square inches. All right, so I was looking for my answer, 595.2. Second, yay! All right, okay, now how did you find your answer to part B? Okay, I found the what? Okay, what did we find here? All right, so part C was explain how you found that part B. So I found the sum of the surface area. So I added the two surface areas. Basically, I took the surface area of the triangle and the surface area of the rectangle. But I showed you a little bit different way because I just found the surface area. I found the area of this bottom portion right here, because what they are having you do is find the surface area of the triangle, find the surface area of the box, and then subtract away the one square they have in common. But if we're using this formula here, 2 times area of the base plus perimeter multiplied times height, it kind of makes this bottom question a little bit weird. So I'm not going to really worry about it since that's the way I've been showing you. But I found the sum of the surface areas of the rectangular prism and the triangular prism, and then I subtracted the area connecting the two. That's another way you can do it. All right, moving on to question number 3. Let's erase all this. All right, a prism with a rectangular base has edge lengths of 6, 9, and 15. What's the surface area? Okay, so 2 times the area of the base multiplied by the perimeter of the base multiplied times height. Now, the reason I use this universal formula for this is because you can apply it to pretty much any shape as long as you have the area of the base. Now, when they're giving you a rectangle, um, you could use the other formula, 2 times the length times the width, 2 times the width times the height, and 2 times the length times the height as well. That's another formula. I just like to use this one because it's the pretty much the universal one going forward. So we can define what our base is by just drawing yourself a little, 3-dimensional. Okay, so this is my 6, this is my 9, and this is my 15. Okay, so I'm going to say the bottom is 6 by 9. So 6 times 9, that's 54. Okay, so I'm going to go 2 times 54. Okay. And then I'm going to multiply that times that perimeter. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 9 plus 9, because that's going to complete my square. Oops, I don't hope I don't went too fast there. Yeah, but it is 30. 6 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9 is 30. And that's my perimeter of the bottom. And then, of course, the last number is my height. So times 15. Okay, and that's going to give me my surface area. All right, so let's see. 2 times 54, that's 108. And 30 times 15, that's 450. And I'm going to add 108 to that. 558. Second, yay. All right, part two. Now what's the volume? And of course, volume, I'm just multiplying these three numbers together. So 6 times 9 times 15, 810. Because length times width times height will give you the volume. Or you could do um, base times height. So, and then you can kind of just see that here is 6 times 9 times 15, area of the base multiplied times the height. Okay, V equals capital B H. Okay. All right. So my answer was 810 for that. All right. All right. Moving on to question number 4, the last question. All right. Okay. All right. So, okay, cube has a surface area of 181.5 square meters. Okay. Again, we've done this problem before. We would have done it in 11 fours. So we know that the surface 6 times the side squared equals my surface area. So that, of course, equals 181.5. All right. And we know that side cubed equals the volume. So we're just going to treat this like an algebraic problem. We're going to divide both sides by 6. And let's see. 181.5 divided by 6 gives me 30.25. So side squared equals 30.25. And then I want to find the volume, so I need a square root. To get rid of a square, I need to square root the inverse operation. So I'm going to find the square root of 30. So this, if you're using a regular calculator, you have the square root, but this calculator, it's this one, 5.5. So my side length is 5.5. And then I just need to go 5.5 times 5.5 times 5.5. Okay, 5.5 times 5. Oops. Oh, 5.5 times 5.5 times 5.5. And that gives me my answer, which is 166.375. Yay! All right. Um, I think the video might have paused on question number 3. I'm not sure if it did or not. If it did, you should have gotten 558 and 810 for those problems. If it did, just please email me and I'll can work those problems out for you guys. All right. Good luck with your test. You still need to finish up part 3 of the review.